So for this recipe, you're going to need 3 packages of semi-sweet chocolate, baking chocolate, the 4-ounce packages. So you need 12 ounces, basically, of some semi-sweet chocolate. You need some sugar, cornstarch, 2 sticks of unsalted butter, some vanilla extract, some water, half a cup of water, 6 large eggs you're going to need for this one, some salt, and some instant espresso powder. And also you're going to need a springform pan. So there's my old beat up springform pan, and I put some parchment paper on the bottom there, so that helps. So if you want to do it that way, that's fine. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chop up the butter, the unsalted butter, and all the chocolate and put it in a container like this. Alright, so we're going to chop up all the butter. I've already started, that's 1 stick in there. And we're going to chop all the butter and all the chocolate and put it in a, some sort of bowl or something that you can put in the microwave. What we're going to do is just melt these together. Don't cook it on high power, you just want to melt it. So, maybe half power in the microwave, and just keep stirring it until it's all mixed together. So we just chop our chocolate, which is always so messy. Let's try to hit all these little, just put it all in there. This is the messiest part, really. Just chopping chocolate is always messy, but delicious, so it's worth it, right? Chocolate's always delicious. Now, if you like chocolate, this cake is totally delicious. It's rich. You only need a little slice. Trust me. It's like, fancy restaurant cake, So if you bake this, this will keep in your refrigerator for quite a while, and you can just have a little slice. It goes a long way. So if you have company come in and you want some really nice decadent dessert, this will fit the bill. And you can put, like a dollop of whipped cream on it, or maybe you want to throw some berries on there, or drizzle some caramel sauce, or whatever. You can really make this fancy, because it is a very, very decadent, rich, fudgy, delicious chocolate cake. It really is good. So I know this is taking so long, but get all the chocolate in there. Oh, I'm gonna break you. Such a mess. One more. But if you really are craving chocolate, this will fix you right up. Also, this doesn't have any flour in it. It's completely flourless. So if you have a problem eating flour or any of that, this doesn't have any flour. It is a great something to make. It does require, come on, 2 sticks of butter and 6 eggs and 3 packs of baking chocolate. I know, that's a lot, but like I say, it is worth it. And if you really want something really chocolatey, and this would be really good to bring to, if you had a picnic or something. It's only going to go in a springform pan, but you'd be surprised how little slices you need of this. It's really quite good. So see, now I've got all my butter and my chocolate chunks all in there. So now we're just going to put it in the microwave for about 4 minutes, off and on. Keep stirring it, checking it, stirring it until all this is like melted together. And then we're going to set it aside to cool for about 5 minutes or so. Okay, so we're about, see, we're melting it. See, it's about like that. Just keep stirring it up. And just keep doing that. And again, don't use full power on your microwave. Don't do that. Just like that. Just keep, just 50% power. No more than that, I'd say. And just keep stirring it until all this is mixed together nicely. We're about maybe halfway there. Alright, so it's been about 4 minutes at 50% power in the microwave, and you can see the butter and the chocolate have melted quite nicely. So just really mix it up good. Make sure it's all mixed well. And there's no chunks in here, but just kind of really mix it up good, and then we're going to set it aside to cool down for a minute while we get everything else ready. So yeah, it's cold here. It's like May 30th right now, and it's cold. I'm wearing a flannel in New York on May 30th. I mean, May is usually lovely, but it is cold here. I keep hoping it'll get sunnier, but I mean, the sun's actually out right now, which is good, but there we go. All right, that is great. Okay, so that is what you want when it comes out of the microwave. Just like that. See? Don't mind my chipped thing. Just like that. See? Okay, so now you've got your hot butter chocolate here. Just once it's stirred up nicely, beautiful, just set it aside to cool down, and we're gonna make everything else. Okay, so get yourself a bowl and a spatula. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you're gonna need like a fine sieve for this. I mean, I suppose you could do it without it, but I don't know about that. We'll get there. Okay, so first let's put our eggs in. I got all 6 of my eggs here, so we're going to throw them in. Okay. Whisk them up a little bit. And then we need some sugar. So we're going to put our sugar in. We need a cup of sugar. Cup of sugar. Alright. Our half a cup of water. We're going to need a tablespoon of cornstarch. Tablespoon. Yep, that's a tablespoon. Oh, shut up, dryer. Tablespoon of cornstarch. Okay. And also a tablespoon of vanilla extract, which I'm going to pour it right on that. Vanilla extract. And now I'm going to need teaspoon of the instant espresso powder. I think I got this, I don't know, I got this at the grocery store. I don't know how hard it is to find, but I think you should be able to find it at most grocery stores. And it's really great for any chocolatey things that you do. Add a little of this. It's really good. So we only need 1 teaspoon of that. Right? That really ramps up the chocolate flavor. Okay. And then we need half of a teaspoon of salt. All right, there's our half teaspoon of salt. Okay. All right, so It smells so good already. Okay, so we're just going to take all those ingredients and we're going to whisk them up. Yeah, this is such a good cake. It's real, you know when you go out, well, who goes out to eat? I don't know, but you know how you go out and there's always some really decadent looking cake on the dessert menu, like, ooh, that looks good, but you never get it, right? You can make this will taste like that, and like I said, it'll be so fudgy good, and you can decorate it any way you want. For fruit on it, you know, drizzle caramel sauce on it, Cool Whip, whatever you want, because this is just so dense and chocolatey that a little goes a long way, and you can really have a whole fancy chocolate cake. And there's no flour, so if you can't have flour, this is good. What is that? Make sure you get every bit squunched up here. All right, so we got that all mixed up. Okay, just make sure that's mixed up pretty good. And then we're going to add our hot, buttery, chocolatey mixture to this. And we're just going to mix it up until it's nice and smooth. All right. That looks pretty good. How hot is this? That's pretty good. See how nice that came out? I mean, really, that's real nice. So we're just going to pour this in. And you do want to let it sit for a bit, you know, while you're cooling, because, you know, you have eggs in here. So that's why you at least want to sit for a couple minutes while you're, see, now look what I did. Got chocolate on my spatula. Ah, there we go. Pour that in. Can you see how chocolate this is gonna be? Mm-mm. Okay, just like that. Try to get it all. I'll just keep that there. All right, so I'll leave that there. So yeah, just stir that in. Keep whisking it in. Just try to get it all really mixed well. Okay. Oh, and by the way, you should preheat your oven to 275. This is a low, it's a low temperature bake here. 275. All right, so stir until it's really combined well. And I think we're about there. So now, oh, it's thick. All right. All right, there we go. Let me get another one. Because that one's all chocolatey. All right, so now you're gonna want to, you can spray a little bit of some, you know, vegetable oil spray in this, just a little bit. And I generally kind of just, you know, just do that with a paper towel or whatever. So it's not a ton. All right, so there's that. Sprayed that. And now we're gonna pour the batter into the pan, but we're gonna put it through this. So just hold it above there and just pour it in. And it is gonna be thick, obviously. Can you see that? And this is when you wish you had 3 hands, because I kind of need a bowl to hang on to this, because it's a little tricky at this point. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this, just kind of smush that through. All right, now I'm going to scrape what's left in the bowl into this here. That for a minute. We're just gonna scrape all this out as close to we can to try to get it all. I'll get it right near the edge here so I can try to get this in here like that, and then we'll get this last bit. It really helps if you have somebody here to hold this for you. This will be much easier. But when you get down to this little bit, it's not the end of the world if you scrape what's left right into the pan, because I'll show you why in a minute. Hold on there. Push it through. That. Let me get all that first. Get that off the bottom. I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste it. Okay. Hold that there. Let's see if I can get this last bit out. So this is a little tricky, but not too bad. I'm going to set it like that, real right on the edge there, and hopefully get it. See, it's not coming through there fast enough, so I think I can just get it in there and then I'll push it through. Yeah, see? I didn't miss any, because it's just coming out that small. Just a little bit left. We don't want to waste our chocolate, but if you do have somebody to help you hold that, it'll be a lot easier than I just did. That's all right. Okay, so scrape the bottom. We don't want to miss anything. This does make a big chocolatey mess everywhere, so that's okay. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. All right, so now try not to get chocolate everywhere. I got chocolate on my fingers. So we just got it in our pan, nice and good, and then we're gonna tap it on the counter a little bit. My hands are clean. Tap it on the counter. Okay, now you'll see there's some bubbles in there. That's okay. Move this out of the way. So tap it like that. We're gonna just let it sit here for about 8 or 10 minutes, and just you'll see little bubbles come up, and we're gonna pop those with a fork before we put it in the oven. Okay, so just do that and then let it set about 8 or 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes or so. So what you're gonna do is take a fork and you see what little air bubbles, any little air bubbles that you see that popped up while it was resting, just poke them. Just poke them. Just poke them. What's that noise? Okay, so that's good. All right, so now we're going to put it in the oven. This should be preheated to 275, and we're going to bake it for about 45 minutes to 50 minutes. You want it, the edges to set, and the center can jiggle a little when you shake it, but about 45 to 50 minutes. So in we go. All right, so it's been about 50 minutes. See how it jiggles a little bit, but the sides are set. You see, and it'll jiggle a little. That's okay. So you're gonna let that sit. In about 5 minutes, you can run a knife around the outside of the pan here, and then just let it set about a half hour. So after, you know, about 5 minutes at least, you want to run a knife. Oop. Just around there a little bit, and then just let it continue to cool for about a half hour. All right, so it's been cooling about a half an hour. I grated a little bit of chocolate over the top here. I'll probably grate more later after it cools, but I did a little beforehand. That's okay. So now it'll still be warm at this point, you know. You're going to take some plastic wrap and you're just going to put it over the top. You're going to cover it tight. Just tight as you can get it anyway. And then, you see, okay, there's some chocolate on there. Like I said, I grated that. You don't have to do that, obviously. But I tend to put some on and then I put some on later when it's cool. I'm trying, but this isn't sticking too well. Do the best you can. Okay, so there. And then you're just going to poke a little hole in the top. Right in the middle. Point. Just a little bit. Okay? Then you're going to put it in the refrigerator. And you're just going to let it chill. At least 6 hours. You know, you could leave it overnight if you want. That's fine. But at least 6 hours, and then you can take the pan off and put it on a plate, which is another reason that this comes in handy, the parchment that you put on, because it'll help slide it onto a plate. But anyway, put it in the fridge now for chilling. All right, so it's been about 6 hours, and so I just took this out of the fridge, and I have grated some chocolate on the top. You don't have to do that, but I just usually grate some chocolate on the top. So now we're gonna, let's see if I can get this on here. Take it out of the pan. All right, hopefully it'll come off. If it sticks, which it might, you might need to scrape it around one more time with the butter knife. Okay, so take off if it sticks a little bit, just run there we go. It's usually just a little piece that sticks. All right, so there's the ring is off. So now I've got this little piece on the bottom underneath this, as you know how it is, like that. Got that little hard piece under there. So that's where this comes in extra handy too. So what I usually do is I just grab this, and this is a very firm cake, so you should be able to just hold it, slide it, or I can even hold it like that. And you can see it's very, it's very chocolatey. And again, decorate it however you want. This is just some shaved chocolate. Do whatever you want. But it's real good. So this is super duper chocolatey, and remember what I tell you, just take a little slice because it's very rich.